Hello, Internet. It is I, Malik Aaron, and welcome back to Box Office Predictions. Today, we're going to be talking about Let Him Go. We're going to go over the pros and cons. So, let's get this over with. Pros: the movie stars Kevin Costner and Diane Lane. Kevin Costner, he was big in the 80s and 90s. Then he made Waterworld and The Postman, and yeah, his career kind of died. But in recent times, he has made a bit of a comeback. Granted, his box office is nowhere near as good as it once was, but he has at least carved out a nice little niche for himself. So he's got that going for him. Oh, fun fact: this is not the first time Kevin Costner and Diane Lane have been in a movie together. Because what I didn't realize, or at least what I didn't know before filming this, was that these two were in Man of Steel as Clark Kent's farm parents, Martha Kent and Jonathan Kent. And in Diane Lane's case, she reprised her role in Batman v Superman as Martha, and a whole bunch of memories came flooding back from that movie, which was one of the biggest disappointments in the history of ever. It brought back memories of the Martha line, the line that will forever live in comic book movie infamy. If you don't know what I'm talking about, look it up yourself. It's golden. But I'm going to tell you what that was. So in Batman v Superman, Batman and Superman are fighting because that's the title of the movie. Batman's about to kill Superman, and then Superman mutters, Martha, or save Martha. I forgot the exact line, but it was something along the lines of, save Martha, and then Batman, or Batfleck, to be more accurate, he stops, and then he yells, why did you say that name? It's golden. It's beautiful. It just it made a bad movie even worse. Everybody memed on it. It was fantastic. So yeah, you can tell that I'm real interested in Let Him Go when I'm mostly talking about bad memories from Batman v Superman. Anywho, so yeah, that was fun to think about. Okay, so that's pro number one. Pro number two is that it is gonna be in theaters, so theaters have something. Something's better than nothing. It's the only movie coming out this weekend, so that's another plus. Trying to think of other things. If times were normal, I feel like this movie would draw a decently large elderly audience, like middle-aged audience. That's the thing about because the thing about middle-aged audiences or older audiences, people tend to look down on them because the movie business is mostly fueled by us millennials, which is a fact. But don't count out old people, okay? When there is a movie that appeals to them, they will show up. I mean, look at a bunch of Clint Eastwood's movies. His last movie, Richard Jewell, nobody saw that, but people saw Gran Torino, American Sniper, Sully, The Mule. So old people are willing to go to the movies, except now might not be the best time. I'll explain that when we get to the cons. But yeah, if times were normal, this would draw a decently large older audience. So yeah. That's it. That's all I got for pros. I can't think of nothing else. Cons. Yeah, so like I said, this movie would have drawn a probably would have drawn a decent sized older audience in normal times, but as you know, we are far from the times are far from normal, and because of the pandemic and whatnot. But and the thing is, COVID, it's a lot worse when the older you are, the worse it tends to get, especially if you're of an older age group. And I don't. A lot of people would say older age groups, old people old who are, I don't know, 50, 60, 70, 80, really shouldn't be going about, walking around right now because, they're more susceptible. Oh, cannot talk. There's a higher chance they'll get the virus. So, yeah, that's not exactly the type of demographic I would want to go to the movies. So, yeah, that's definitely a con. Uh, let's see another con. I guess the plot. I don't think it's very appealing. I mean, it might be, but I don't know. To me, I think a lot of people are just looking for positive movies or movies that are hopeful. And looking at this synopsis, following the loss of their son, retired Sheriff George Blackledge and his wife Margaret leave their Montana ranch to rescue their young grandson from the clutches of a dangerous family living off the grid in the Dakotas, headed by matriarch Blanche Weeble Web Boy. Who cares? When they discover the Web Boys have no intention of letting the child go, George and Margaret are left with no choice but to fight for their family. Doesn't exactly scream positivity to me. So yeah, I don't think people are really that interested in seeing a movie like this. So yeah, that's another con. And I guess another con I just thought of is that this doesn't look like a movie that I would pay to see in theaters. This looks like something you would see on, I don't know, trying to think, something else, like a TV movie. Yeah, a TV movie you would see like on A&E or TNT or something like that. Or maybe on a streaming service. I don't know what streaming service would put this on there. Netflix, maybe they'll accept just about anything. Amazon Prime. Yeah, this doesn't feel like something I would pay to see. I don't think anybody's willing to pay to see this. So, yeah, that's another con. I guess the biggest con is that there are two words that are distracting everybody right now at the moment, and those two words are pandemic and election. Everybody's mind is on those two words, and nothing else matters at the moment. So everything else is an afterthought at this point in time. So yeah, I mean, some people might want to see this as a distraction, but then again, the prime demographic for this movie shouldn't be going out and in in crowded spaces anyway. So, or somewhat crowded spaces. So yeah, definitely a con. That's all I can think of. So opening weekend, how much will it make? I'm not expecting much. $2 million, maybe 1 to 2 million. That's as high as I'm willing to go. I'm not gonna go any higher than two. Now I've been wrong when it comes to this. With Come Play, which came out last weekend, I thought it would make 1 to 2, and ended up making three. I don't expect the same thing's gonna happen here, but we'll see. But yeah, 1 to 2 million opening weekend, 5-ish million total, and yeah, that'll be it. So yeah, that's Let Him Go. I would have said a let it go joke, but that would have been horrible. That would have been a crime against comedy. So yeah, I'm not gonna do that. Okay, so there's not too many movies left for me to talk about in November. I mean, next week there's Freaky. That's definitely coming out, no question about it. And then at the end of the month, there's The Croods: A New Age. That should probably stay there too. After that, ooh, things are bleak as hell. All My Life will come out. So, oh, fun fact, like Universal is straight up saving the movie theater industry, or at least they're trying to. They're giving them something. Like Universal has All My Life, Crude's New Age, Freaky, and Let Him Go. And I think Come Play was also Focus Features. Focus Features is a division in Universal. So yeah, they are single-handedly trying to help out movie theaters. Coming to America, that's Amazon. Scratch that. There's News of the World, that's for Universal. Promising Young Woman, that's Focus Features, which is Universal. Wonder Woman 1984, that's gonna go. There's no doubt in my mind, that's leaving. It's going to leave. There's, it's only a matter of time. And then Monster Hunter will probably stay. And then that'll be it for 2020. And then you got all these movies that are just floating about. No one knows when they'll come out. And then, there's January. I don't know if any of these movies are going to survive January. I doubt it. But we'll see. And then after that, there's February and so on and so forth. So, yeah. So, that's it. That's all. Make sure to subscribe, like this video, leave a comment, turn on notifications, share the whole drill. Want to check out more videos like this? I got a playlist on the homepage. I talk about all the movies that managed to come out in 2020, which is not a whole lot, to be honest. But I have made prediction videos on all those, so if you want to check those out, go right ahead. The big three of the year are Bad Boys for Life, Sonic the Hedgehog, I think Birds of Prey, and then after, there's Birds of Prey. There's, I guess after those three, there's Doolittle. So yeah, we have a high quality list of films here. Granted, Sonic movie is a good movie. I haven't seen Birds of Prey or Bad Boys for Life, so I can't really judge them. Doolittle, I will never watch Doolittle ever. So yeah. So you want to check out all my videos on those, go right ahead. I have the canceled series. I just did a new episode where I talked about how Free Guy and Death on the Nile ditched 2020 and how Wonder Woman's going to join them very soon. And yes, I've heard about the Fantastic Beasts 3 being moved to. I think that had less to do with COVID and more to do with the fact that Johnny Depp got fired, because that's what caused it directly. Although I'm pretty sure COVID had some role in moving it. But yeah, Johnny Depp getting fired, that was definitely the main part. I'm not going to make a video on that. It's just, I just don't feel like it. So, and also, I have box office recaps where I go over monthly recaps of the box office, but because the months are so weak in terms of releases, I'm going to combine October and November together to make it easier, which is what I did with August and September. But that video won't come out till like December, so I guess you can look forward to that. And yeah, that's it. That's all. I am out. Goodbye. Peace.